What is up? What is up, everybody? Welcome to Stargazer Sports. Welcome to Stargazer Sports. Please, before we get started, please do what it says down there on the screen. Please donate to my Cash App, Stargazer Sports, and please like, share, and subscribe. And also comment. Please comment in the chat if you're watching here live. And if you're watching on the playback, please comment. I really like to hear you guys' feedback about the show and about anything that I'm really talking about. I do this for y'all. So, of course, I want to hear from y'all as my supporters and my subscribers. But before we get started, let me turn on some music because, guys, I'm not gonna lie, this is not gonna be a great show. I don't think you're gonna leave this show feeling happy. Unfortunately, but sometimes we can't always be happy. Sometimes we have to really start seeing situations and things for what they are and not for what we want them to be. And this is coming from someone who is queen positivity, queen let's look at the glass half full, not half empty. Y'all give me a second. I'm trying to figure out what kind of music I want. Yeah, I'm gonna just put this on. All right. Anyway, as the queen of positivity and always wanting to be, happy and be a person that says, let's look at the glass half full. You know what I'm saying? Let's not look at it as half empty. Let's look at it as half full. I still think that even with that, we had, as a person that's like that, I had to teach myself to start, like, as I said, looking at situations for what they are and not what they want, not what I want them to be. You know what I'm saying? That was a message that God has had to teach me over these past few years. As I've matured as a person and leveled up, there's some things that I had to understand that I didn't understand. You know what I'm saying? I had to mature. I had to grow up. I had to level up. And once I really started doing that, that's when I began to take steps forward in life that I wanted to take. So again, this show is not going to be positive. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. This is going to be the truth. Sometimes we have to deal with the truth and then we can get to a resolution. But if we just keep ignoring things and just trying to be happy all the time, then how are issues that are there going to get resolved? They're not going to get resolved. They're just going to stay there. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm tired. I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of living in the matrix. So I'm breaking out of I broke out of the matrix. I'm breaking out of the matrix in my personal life, and I'm going to be breaking out of the matrix with my favorite sports teams. You know what I'm saying? And favorite favorite players and things like that. So, but anyway, I'm going to start off just doing my overall game recap of the Dallas Wings. Now, if you're here, y'all know it should be clear who star covers. Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Wings, Angel Reese, as well as the Chicago Sky. But I told y'all, if Angel go, I go. You know what I'm saying? If Angel goes, I go. But for right now, I also cover the Chicago Sky because that's the team that Angel plays for, of course. So, but anyway, first of all, keep my music on a loop. What's up, Kelvin? I know it'll be more y'all coming in, but my guy Kelvin, I really appreciate you. Day one supporter, and still here. So I appreciate that so much for rocking with me. And I know there's more of y'all. It says more of y'all in here watching. Please like the video. Please share, subscribe, and please comment. You know, if you type in the chat, I will shout you out. So, but yeah, moving on. So, starting off with but anyway, I already told y'all who I cover. So I'm going to start off talking about the Dallas Wings, doing their game recap for their game versus the Washington Mystics. Then I'm going to talk a little bit about Angel Reese. Then I'm going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys first preseason game, as well as talk about something that everybody, we're going to have to gather around. It's going to get pretty serious at that segment. So just preparing everybody for that. But we're going to start off not too hot. We're just going to start off light. You know what I'm saying? Nothing that everybody should really be getting up in arms about or upset or anything like that. But starting off with the Chicago Sky versus the Washington Mystics game. this was another game. I feel like I say the same stuff every week, but this is what you say when you're playing, when you're a team that is bottom 3 in the league. So that's just how it is. But if I pull up this game, yeah, this is the one they just played. So, and I really got good notes on this one because I didn't watch this one live. I actually had a family event, so I had to go back and watch this. So I was really paying attention to what the hell went on, because when I was just looking at the box score on my ESPN app, we were leading big at halftime, and then all of a sudden I look at the box score at the end of the game and it said we got blown out. So I'm like, what the hell happened? So I was really really watching to see what the hell was going on. But anyway, as I bring this up, what am I trying to do? I'll take this off. Do it like this, screen share. Okay, so as we bring up this game, we lost 78-91. You can clearly see we won in the first half big. We outscored them 23. We scored 23. They scored 18 in the first. Then we outscored them in the second. But look at this. Look at that. Look at that. 17-33. We got absolutely dismantled in the third. And this has been something that has just been so repetitive. If I feel like I'm saying this every single week, when I was, covering the Chicago Sky games, also covering the Dallas Wings games. We're winning quarters, but we're not putting a full 4 quarters together, and thus we're not winning games. We can't win games because we decide to only play well in 1 quarter or 2 quarters or 3 quarters. But everybody knows you have to play well. Well, honestly, it's not even about how, what's that saying? It's not how you start, it's how you finish. So it doesn't matter if you start off hot. You can start off great in the first quarter, but if you don't play defense and you allow a team to outscore you 33-17 in the third, like, that's crazy. Now, we tried to catch back up in the fourth, but it was too late. But anyway, if we look deeper into the game, I like to look at the team stats now because it kind of tells you a better picture. But if we look at this, why is this? Get off my screen. Hopefully y'all can see this. Can y'all see that? Yeah, y'all can see it. All right, bet. Let me check the chat. The Basement. What's up, The Basement? Glad to see you. Really appreciate you rocking with me this afternoon for my lunch break. But y'all believe I'm giving y'all content on my lunch break. That's okay. I'm gonna just eat my lunch after. But anyway, if we look at this, we can see, I like looking at the team stats because it, like I said, it tells you a better picture of the game. So, field goal percentage. We only shot 36% from the field. They shot 54%. So, when that happens, it's going to be a tough night. It's going to be a tough night when a team is shooting that much more efficiently than you. Then we look at our 3 points. Look at this. They only shot 15 3-pointers. Right? Only shot 15 and got about, that's at 40%. We shot 23 3-pointers. Only got 8 of them. 34%. This is Y'all remember when I talked? And I want to see myself on screen. When I talked about this in my last video that I posted, the Dallas Wings do not have the personnel to be a 3-point shooting team. Again, the Dallas Wings do not have the personnel to be a 3-point shooting team. So please tell me, why did we shoot 23 threes in this game? Someone please tell me that. 23 threes, and you can see we're not very good at it. Our 3 points should be looking like the Washington Mystics, about 10 to 15 a game. But what are we doing? Chunking up threes. And I get it. We started out shooting well from the three, but when you're not a 3-point shooting team, it's not consistent. I know people on the team can shoot threes. I know Paige, she started off hot, hit 2 back-to-back threes. That's great. I'm glad that Paige hit those threes, but Paige is not an efficient shooter of the 3-pointer. She's not. She's 40th in the league. I showed y'all that in my last video. Enrique is our best 3-point shooter, and she's like, 10th in the league. Everybody else is way low. Because you gotta go through it. Maddie Segrist, she's not shooting threes. Maisha Hines-Allen, Lee Uru and Louisa Geisler can shoot threes, but that's not what they're best at. It's just point blank in the period. And now, for some reason, Chris Koclanes has taken lead. First of all, her minutes are down to nothing. And he's taken her out of the paint to help get rebounds because, y'all, we were number 1 in the league in offensive rebounds. These past 3 games I don't watch, we can't rebound nothing. And I'm like, what's going on? Oh, because you pulled, you're taking your rebounders, Lee Uru, Louisa Geisler, you're taking them out of the paint and putting them on the perimeter. When you're doing that, you don't have nobody in the paint to get rebounds. So no wonder if we look at, did we get out rebounded? Yeah, we did. We only got 26 rebounds. They got 34. We had the same amount of offensive rebounds, but look, they had 8 more defensive rebounds than we did. 8 more defensive rebounds. You cannot win games when you don't rebound the ball. No rebounds, no rings. If you're not going to rebound the ball, you're not going to win. In the basement, boys, yeah, I know. I just took a break from covering the Sky games because the basement is looking, the Chicago Sky is not even looking like any of them should really even be in the WNBA for real. That's how bad the games look without Angel. And I know they won that one game versus I can't remember. But for the most part, they just look awful. And it just looks like things are getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. What's up to my guy, 100 grand? I appreciate you. It says it's a lot of y'all in the chat. Please make sure y'all hitting that like button on the way in. Please make sure you're sharing. Please make sure you are subscribing to Stargazer Sports if you haven't already. I really appreciate you guys' support. But anyway, moving on. Out assisted. We had 18 assists that had 21. And let me tell y'all something else. We can't just be looking Felicia, you gotta look at my thumbnail again because the fraudulent have nothing to do with Angel Reese. Yeah. Nothing to do with Angel Reese. I cover the Dallas Cowboys, the Dallas Wings, and the Chicago Sky and Angel Reese. So when I talked about fraudulent behavior, that has nothing to do with Angel Reese at all. I'm talking about the Dallas Wings and the Dallas Cowboys. So I would never disrespect or talk bad about Angel Reese. I'm an Angel Reese fanatic. So yeah, just to make that clear. I don't know what you, so yeah. Just look at it again closer and you'll see like, oh yeah. So thanks. Anyway, so moving on. When we also look at, what was I saying? Oh, we missed way too many layups. Way too many layups in the first quarter. When you're missing, it's just, when you're missing easy shots, you're not going to win games. When you are missing the easy shots, how do you expect to win games? And I wish they had the stat on here of how many layups we missed, but we missed quite a bit. We missed quite a bit, especially in that first half. But when we want to look at steals and blocks, we had more steals. So we were playing tough. We were playing very tough defensively. Sonya Citron had like 1 point in the first half. Literally 1 point. But she cooked us. Kiki Irefin, she was just steady cooking us the whole game. Because I'm not going to lie. When I was watching the game, it's like Kiki Irefin, I wasn't feeling her. But she had a great stat line. I'm just being honest. I wasn't feeling Kiki Irefin. It was just like she was just like steady scoring. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't like, and getting rebounds. She had a great stat line. So I'm not taking that away from her. Clearly you can see she had 23 points, 9 of 14, 5 of 6 from the free throw, and 10 rebounds. So, oh, y'all can't even see that. But let me change my screen. But yeah, Kiki Irefin, she had a great stat line. 23 points, 9 of 14, 5 of 6 free throws. And then also she had like 10 rebounds. But to me, like, it was just like a quiet, she had a quiet, great game, if that makes sense. But who I really felt and who was unstoppable in that third quarter, let me finish looking at this. Yeah, they even had more turnovers than us. And we got 22 points off turnovers. So like I said, we were playing tough defense in that first half, but we completely fell apart in the second half. We had more fast break points to them, but look at the difference. Look at that. 48 points in the paint compared to 20. Remember when I showed y'all in the last game that we played, we had 50 paint points. We had 50 paint points. Then we go to this game, we only have 20. And again, what were we doing? Shooting 3-pointers that we're not good at. So that brings me down to, and just to look at everybody's individual stats, I'm going to be honest. I know Paige was a leading scorer, but you could tell Paige was hurt this game because her assignment was Sonya Citron. If we look at the individual box score, I'm going to tell y'all who was on who. So this was Reek's assignment. Suge Sutton. This was Reek's assignment. Look at what Reek's assignment did. Nothing. 0 points. 2 steals, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. Like nothing really. This was Reek's assignment. Suge Sutton. And then this was Paige's. Sonya was Paige's assignment. And she went, again, Paige, she was held scoreless in the first half. But that second half, she was cooking. And to be honest, she wasn't just cooking Paige. She was cooking everybody. I don't know why Chris Koclanes did not put Arike on her, because she's our best man-to-man defender. So I don't know, when you saw that she was cooking everybody. Sonya was cooking Paige. She was cooking Guys. So there was a play where she went past Paige, Geisel Slaughter, and Haley Jones. She was cooking them straight to the hole too. She wasn't shooting no long range shots. Look at her. She only went 1 or 2 for, like, she wasn't shooting no long range. She was getting to the hole on her asses, and it was embarrassing. She was embarrassing us the second half. Total embarrassment. Reek was also on JC Sheldon. That was her assignment. 8 points. Nothing else. Like, I don't know why. Because Sonya Citron is so shifty. You've got to have the athleticism to keep up with Sonya, or you're gonna get. Yep, that's right. She's a defensive beast, but this is what people don't want to talk about. You welcome, 100 grand. You know you should have been done had that a long time ago. Where's my girl? McCowan got cut the Basement Boys. She is on the streets. What's up to my girl Mickey? I appreciate you. Y'all know that's my girl Mickey Craven Cowboys. Y'all please go subscribe to her YouTube channel. We'll be doing our show tomorrow. Star Chasers Girls Talk Ball. But you've got to have the athleticism to keep up with Sonya Citron. And you could tell Paige's back was just bothering her. So I don't really blame Paige for getting cooked, because if you're hurt, you're hurt. You know what I'm saying? But I think that we probably just should have sat Paige again this game. Because you got to think, you don't want to re-aggravate an injury. And I know we're trying to play hard, we're trying to win, but you don't want to re-aggravate an injury. And I know Paige said she's fine, but it was clear she was not fine because she could not keep up with the speed of Sonya Citron one-on-one. So, and typically Paige is a very good defender. Now, I got to go look deeper because I don't know if Paige is a better zone defender or a help defender than a man-to-man defender. If anybody knows, y'all help me out. You know what I'm saying? If you know more background on Paige as a defender. I'm not going to sit here and act like I do. But when you look at this, Reek was our second highest scorer, had 2 steals, a block, 2 assists. Paige went, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 17 points. So Paige still had a pretty good game offensively, but defensively she got cooked. Arike played a very good game defensively like she always does, but she didn't shoot well from the 3-point line. But again, Arike didn't take no 3-point shots the whole first half. So these 3-pointers all came in the third quarter. So again, and when you look at the shots, Paige only took 9 shots. Arike only took 10. If your best players are only taking 9 or 10 shots, you're not going to win a game. You're not going to win the game. I mean, just look at all these opportunities. Louisa, 2 of 7. We kept trying to get Louisa. Look at this. 5 3-points. Why is Louisa taking the most 3 points on the team? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to have Louisa have the most 3-point attempts on the team. The stuff doesn't make sense. Haley Jones had a pretty, decent game for us. But she always does. Haley Jones just be getting into foul trouble. She be racking up, I ain't gonna lie, she be racking up fouls quick as hell. But she always does pretty good for us. You know what I'm saying? And then Grace Berger. I've already talked about how Grace Berger they keep trying to force someone else to run point other than Paige and Arike. And it's been a disaster. You tried to force it on JJ. Disaster. Now you're trying to make Grace Berger. It's a disaster. It's not going to work. You need to put your best players on the ball to facilitate. I don't know. They are point guards. Paige is a point guard. Arike is a point guard. I don't understand why you are not allowing the best point guards on your team to run point. I'm not really understanding that. Chris Koclanes, can you let me know? And then everybody else, Maddie, Maddie got less minutes this game than the other game, but she's been a steady force for us. And honestly, Maisha Hines Allen, she's been doing okay for us. She didn't have the absolute best game yesterday, but honestly, no, she had a pretty decent game. 8 points, 5 assists, 11 rebounds. She had a pretty good game. Maisha Hines Allen, Maddie Seegers had a pretty good game. I'm not sure. Diamond Miller got 2 minutes. I'm not sure what the hell is going on. This is what I'm saying, y'all. We can't get any continuity because the minutes keep changing. The minutes for the players is just keep changing by the week. How are you going to build continuity and chemistry as a team if the minutes are so up and down? The only people that consistently get their minutes is Enrique and Paige. And I say now Haley Jones. Oh, thank you, CFT. This is my guy, CFT, y'all. Cowboys fan talk. I always tell he's the voice of the Cowboys fans. If you're a Cowboys fan, you better be subscribed to CFT. You better be subscribed to CFT. We just talk about putting money. You respect me put my money on Indiana tonight. Yeah, baby, put it on there, 100 grand. I hate to say it. I hate to say that against my old team, but Indiana has every time we played. No, I think one game. No, I'm lying. We've had a lot of close games with Indiana, so it could go either way. But we're 0 of 3, I think, or 0 of 2 versus them so far. So we'll see what they do tonight. I ain't gonna lie, but it probably not looking good because that brings me to the guy that I want to talk about here, and let me bring him up. Because again, guys, the players have to be held accountable. Absolutely, they have to be held accountable. So this is not Star saying don't hold the players accountable, because the fuck, you got to hold the players accountable. But when our team consistently keeps failing in the same way, whose fault is that? Whose fault is it if a team consistently continues to lose and fail in the exact same way over and over and over and over again? Y'all let me know in the chat, whose fault is it? Because I thought if it's one individual player that sucks and everybody else is looking good, and you can blame the player. If there's 2 players that is bad and everybody else looking good, you can blame the players. But when the whole group continues to look bad, whose fault is that? Because we pushed 2 players out of here. We pushed who did we push out of here? We pushed Dejanay out of here. We pushed Nalissa Smith out of here. Got, good compensation and things like that back. Well, honestly, I don't know about this Diamond Miller trade. I thought Diamond Miller was a lot better. She ain't looking good, but honestly, she was looking good with the Minnesota Lynx. Then she comes to the Dallas Wings, and she don't look good. So is that on Diamond Miller, or is that on Chris Koclanes? So I want y'all to listen to this interview. And let me turn this music off. Or pause it at least. I want y'all to listen to this interview of Chris Koclanes. His after game interview. Bring it up. Let me cue it up. Are you already on the screen? No. Okay. I'm just letting it get queued up, y'all. So give me a second. They know YouTube loves to run the commercials. All right, here we go. Here we go. Is this right here? I think this is the right place. I had it queued up, but let me make sure. Yeah. All right. Please listen to this.
So pre-game, Aisha said that you deserve a lot of grace, it being your first year. I was just wondering, what are some of the challenges maybe that you've had to overcome being a first-year head coach?
Yeah, I mean, I won't ask for that. Like, I'm going to be my harshest critic, and I'm going to look in the mirror every single day and figure out how I can be better for my staff, for my team, for this organization. I'm not complacent. I don't feel good about this every night. I don't take it for granted. And with that being said, I think there is, you need to take a step back at times and understand what this organization decided to do in a lot of its moves, including this move right here of potential, right? Of, okay, he's never done this before, but there's a belief in his capacity. And it's not like to expect that to be, skyrocketing right off the bat is, yeah, there are high expectations and those have to be there. This is professional sports. But if you can take a step back and think, all right, are they learning and are they getting better? And it might not look like it on the floor, but are the seeds being planted behind the scenes in the locker room for something that will ultimately lead to a positive culture that will ultimately lead to a winning brand on the floor?
Washington had a pretty big advantage in points in the paint and then also points off turnovers. Just what were some of the things that they did well to accomplish that?
Yeah, I mean, that's what they do, right? They just pound the ball. They're relentless downhill, Kiki on the boards. And then I think us too, a lot of that was self-inflicted. Like, we had, how many layups did we miss in the first half? So that 10-point lead honestly should have been a close to 20-point lead. And then that's a different story in the second half. But even with that being said, you can't give up 60 points in the second half and expect to win a game. But they were aggressive to the point of attack, disruptive, and just they were who they were. That's who they are, right? They're a defensive presence consistently, and they attack the paint relentlessly.
Okay.
Coach, Isaiah and JJ have shown flashes throughout the year. They've had big games. Both had 8 minutes today. What can you say about their development, and is it a scheme situation? What are you seeing from your two rookies outside of Page?
Yep. Again, loving everything JJ and Isaiah have been doing, and we'll continue to find opportunities to get them on the floor to be able to showcase that. So there's the ultimate belief in the two of them and in their impacts, whether that's starting or coming off the bench. And so just appreciate their commitment to our processes and showing up day in and day out.
How did that experience kind of shape you?
To be able to experience that for a couple years is a big six now. I think they added Drexel. It was, blue cot, like it just.
There was something else I wanted to show y'all, but let me see.
Coach, this team has been competing hard all season. But
I think this is it.
Two questions. How do you get this group to sustain sharp execution, especially going into the last month of the season, so you can turn these close efforts into big wins? And then I wanted to know what specifically adjustments on offense and defense are you prioritizing down the stretch?
Yeah. Playing sharper. I think we can play harder. I think we have another level. I think we play hard in spurts, but I think we still let things affect us. We let officiating, we let plays impact us. And I know I'm painting a broad brush there, but I think we can play harder more consistently that way. And then as far as defensive schemes, we're trying a little bit of everything, and that's the balance. It's, do you get really good at one thing and have that as your identity? And this league is really good, so it's really hard to just do one thing over and over again. But as you're working with a young group and you're trying to practice, it makes it even harder now when you spread it across the board and you're trying to get them to understand multiple coverages and multiple schemes. So that's the balance of it. And now all of a sudden you're trying multiple things in a game and you're not very good at any of them. So that's where we sit down in these coaches meetings and we talk about it. And then ultimately you got to look at your personnel and, are they able to do this consistently? So that comes into play too. And so just challenging us from the top down to play harder and no matter what coverage we're in, to give more effort and know that it's not going to be perfect, but continue to just play for each other and scramble. To be
Let me just
and
replay
now all of a
that.
sudden you're trying multiple things and do one thing over and over again. But as your defensive schemes, we're trying a little bit of everything. And
Let's pause it right there. For defensive schemes, I'm gonna put my music back on there. He says we're trying a little bit of everything, and it shows. He just explained how the Washington Mystics have an identity. The Washington Mystics play relentless on defense, and they're relentless downhill. But you just admitted that still in August, the WNBA season ends. We go into playoffs next month, right? The WNBA season is all but over. Like the regular season. Then we get into playoffs. And you are telling me that at this point, you are still trying a little bit of everything. You still don't know what your team is good at. And you still don't understand the personnel. Is that what he said? Let's keep playing. Let this play again.
that's the balance. It's, do you get really good at one thing and have that as your identity? And this league is really good, so it's really hard to just do one thing over and over again. But as you're working with a young group and you're trying to practice, it makes it even harder now when you spread it across the board and you're trying to get them to understand multiple coverages and multiple schemes. So that's the balance of it. And now all of a sudden you're trying multiple.
If you have a super young team, super young, do you think that it is wise to be trying to get them to understand multiple coverages and multiple schemes? At what point do you say as a coach, I'm overloading them with information. I need to simplify the game for them? At what point? This is why Kurt Miller should have never hired a coach, because in the beginning of the clip, remember I showed y'all, he said, oh, we've got to all look in the mirror and we've got to look at the decisions that this team made, including this one right here. Yeah, we need to really look at that decision. Is it wise to have a first-time head coach leading a super young team? Y'all let me know in the chat. Is it wise for a first-time to hire a first-time head coach to lead a super young team? That makes absolutely no sense. And the first person that's got to be held accountable for the way that this season has gone is Kurt Miller, because you're the one who decided to hire this man knowing that he had little to no experience besides just being like a, developmental coach and a defensive coordinator and all, but you never really had the position where you were the two. You were assistant head coach. And so now you have a man who he has no idea who his personnel is. He's changing up the schemes nightly. He's changing up the lineups nightly. He's not changing it because Lee and Louisa were having good games. They were on a good streak. Then Chris just started reducing their minutes. Now he's making Louisa's minutes more again. Lee's minutes he bumped it up a little bit. I think she got 10 minutes. Oh, wow. But you have moved players in and out of the lineup all year trying to figure out, how do I make it work? How do I make it work? You still have not figured it out by now. You are figuring out on the job. This man is figuring out on the job how to be a coach. Like, you cannot make this shit up. He has no idea how to lead this young team. He has no idea what they're even good at. And then he's like, oh, it's just hard to keep your identity. If you're constantly changing your identity, you have no foundation as a team. And let's just get personal here. If I'm this person today, then I'm this person tomorrow, then I'm this person to this day. Who are you? You don't know. You have no foundation. And when you have no foundation, you have no direction. There's no direction on this team, and it showed all year long. There's no direction. There's no order. And this is why, I'm sorry, Maisha Hines-Allen, I don't give a damn what you say. Oh, just stop saying that. No, we're not going to stop saying that, because this ain't the Chris Koclanes' show. This is the Dallas Wings. This is our team. And it is clear he does not know what he is doing. Kurt, when it comes to a coaching standpoint, probably is trying to help him, but he doesn't understand what he's doing, because Kurt just put out an article saying that they're going to continue to keep Paige off ball because they believe she plays best off ball. No, she does not. If she was playing best, we would see better results. And then this man's like, I know we're not really, seeing the results, but like, are we planting the seeds? What seeds are you planting behind the scenes? Please let me know, because we're not seeing improvement. We're seeing the same shit happen over and over and over and over and over again. And then we got to listen to our head coach tell us he still doesn't know the personnel, and he still doesn't know what his team is good at. Up until this point, he still doesn't know. He's just trying a little bit of everything.
Things in a game, and you're not very good at any of them. So that's where we sit down in these coaches meetings and we talk about it. And then ultimately you got to look at your personnel and, are they able to do this consistently? So that comes into play too. And so just challenging us from the top down to play harder.
We just need to play harder. That's what he said. We just need to play harder. Play harder to do what? Please let me know. We just need to play harder. Play harder to do what? How many times do we have to look at close games and you're drawing up the final couple plays of the game and the team is looking at you like this? In total confusion. This is why I said fraudulent behavior. This is a guy that is pretending to be a head coach, but he is not a head coach. He is way in over his head. And Kurt Miller, you need to make a tough decision and bring a coach to coach this team with actual experience. Or at least a player's coach that can really connect with these players, because Chris can't even connect with these players. You see, for my Chicago Sky fans in the chat, Teaspoon, the difference between Teaspoon and Tyler Marsh is Teaspoon connected with the players, and the players played hard for her and believed in her game plans. These players do not connect with Chris Koclanes. They do not believe in his game plans, and it's clear when they're looking at him Like, what is he talking about? And I know Maisha Hines-Allen came out and said we're all behind him, but girl, that's a bunch of bullshit. We ain't nobody all behind him, nothing. And it comes, you have a group of very young talent that needs to be developed, that needs to build chemistry, but you have a coach that doesn't know what to do with the talent that he has. That's why I say Chris Koclanes is worse than Tyler Marsh, because he has a better roster than Tyler Marsh, but he still has about the same record as Tyler Marsh. It's a complete disaster from top down. You want to be it's like Chris Koclanes to me reminds me, for all my Dallas Cowboys fans in here, he reminds me of Kellen Moore, who was our former offensive coordinator. Where it's like, he can break football down into a science, but when it comes to actually being a coach and motivating players and building game plans, leading, it's not gonna work out. It's not gonna work out. It's not. And that's the kind of vibes that I get from Chris. It's like, yeah, you probably know you could pass, you could ace a test, scheming up defenses, right? You could write a paper about defenses and all of this shit. But when it comes to actually implementing it on the court, you have zero idea. You haven't even been able to figure out at this point, what is my team even good at? You still don't know the answer to that question. And we are in August. Let me look at what my chat say. It says, no, it does not. Okay, I think he's answering it. Yeah, because they know he don't know what he doing. They're defeated. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying, 100 grand. They're defeated. And when a team knows you don't know what you're doing, they don't believe in what you're doing, you're going to continue to see the same results over and over and over and over and over again. So, is Chris Koclanes a fraud? Yes, he is a fraud. Yes, he is a fraud. He is a man that's acting like he's a head coach, but he is not a head coach under any circumstances. He just needs to continue to coordinate for a while. He needs to work his way up to being maybe an assistant head coach. But let's be honest, this job was handed to him. And I think the owners trusted Kurt Miller to make the right decision, but they need to rethink that. They need to rethink and reconsider. They need to repent for their sin of hiring this man and bring in a real coach with some experience, or at least a player's coach that you know can at least get the players to play hard. Because with this guy, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. So that's my review on the Dallas Wings. We play the Indiana Fever tonight. I honestly don't know, guys, if we're going to win. Likely not, because we haven't won all year. I hope we win. I would love to see us win, but I just don't know. The only way we're going to win is if we push the ball into the paint and we play defense. It's as simple as that. If I go into this game and I see us playing zone defense, it's going to be the same shit. We're not a zone team. We're not a zone team. We're just not. Because when we're a zone team, we lose our court vision. We don't have the players where they have the high IQ to be in the zone and they looking at this part. They can't do it. They cannot do it. We play better, and it's been this way all year. We play better when we are on the ball, pressuring people. When we go into this soft zone, It allows people to take advantage of us. That's just it. We need to be in a position where we can see everybody on the court so they're not getting easy, points cut into the basket or, getting behind the defense, because that's what's been happening a lot. They're getting behind the defense, and we need to be able to keep Indiana in front of us. And we gotta get to the paint. Indiana don't really, well, they have Aaliyah Boston, so that's true. But we still got to get to the paint any way possible. We got to get to the paint. We cannot be shooting threes and floaters and all this type of stuff, because that ain't what we do best. Now, of course, Paige is great at the mid-range jumper, so I want Paige to continue to take those shots. But I don't want to see a lot of threes shot this game. I really don't. I'm done with that. That is not a game plan that we can successfully implement. We haven't been able to successfully implement that all season. So that's one thing, Chris, that you should scratch it off. Scratch it off. Get into the paint. Play on ball, tough defense, and maybe we have a chance. That's what I'm going to say. And maybe we have a chance. Michael Payne said, what's with Nola? Is she ever interviewed? I don't know. I don't know if they've ever considered Nola for the actual head coach position. I wish I did. Worst position on the wings, Mercury and Dream are the coaches, not champion contenders. Mercury and Dream are the coach. I think you're saying Mercury and Dream, the difference is the coaches. I agree with that. Because Phoenix Mercury traded their whole team. Was it the Phoenix? No. That was the Connecticut Sun. Sorry. No. But Phoenix Mercury did a full rebuild, and they look like they could be a dark horse for the championship. And then you look at who did you say? The Dream. That's another one. Because remember, the Dream is still playing without Ryan Howard. But if they're gonna make the playoffs. They get Ryan Howard back for the playoffs, they could be that coach has made all the difference. When you get a real coach, they're gonna be the difference maker. But having Chris Koclanes is wasting the talent on his team, and this team is not getting anywhere with him. I'm just being honest. Like, they're not getting anywhere with him being at the helm. He needs to learn more, and he can't continue to learn on the job because you're wasting people's time. People don't have time to just wait for you to develop. We have the current roster. We add a few more pieces where we could be contending for a championship. But if we don't get a better coach, we're not going to win. We're going to continue to fall short, period. So anyway, guys, make sure y'all are hitting that like button on the way in. It said it's about a lot of y'all watching. I'm not going to say number, but it's a lot of y'all watching. So please hit the like button. Please hit the share button. Please comment. And also, please, if you're watching on the playback, please comment. I want to hear your thoughts on what's being said. Shout out to my guy, Rico. I appreciate you so much for rocking with me. All right, but as we transition into the next part of the show, we're going to talk about Angel. So let me see if I can bring this. No, I'm going to leave it. Yeah, we're going to talk about Angel because Chicago Sky fans, Angel might be up out of there. She continues to post these subliminal messages. See, it all started, the weirdness, because y'all know Angel Reese is out with a back injury, right? She's out with a back injury. So, hold on, y'all, do something. Here we go. So, Angel's out with a back injury, right? Said it's back tightness, and they still saying that it's day to day. But at this point, she's missed. I don't even know how many games she's missed, but I would say she's probably missed due to this back injury 5-6 games, maybe 7. So if we go to my X page, it all started getting kind of weird Let me see if I can pull this up. When this happened, let me see. Phoenix. Here to go. Should be able to pull it up. Actually, I don't even have to do all of that. I can just do this. Media should pop right up. Come on. Where the hell is it? Bro, where is the damn pictures at? Oh my gosh. I hate when this happens. I should have had it. I should have had this bookmarked. I'm sorry, guys. I thought it was just going to pop up easily. We just played them. I'm like, how many posts y'all do? Okay, whatever. I'm trying to find this. I can find it. Y'all just give me a second. Give me a second. I'm going to find it. I promise. I'm like, I know y'all didn't delete it. And I know I posted about it, but oh my God, they got so much stuff. Yeah, it's because they make like 100 posts a day. Let me see. Phoenix, Mercury, Angel Reese. Let me see what pops up. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't. It's not popping up. I don't know why. I was trying to, you know what? Maybe I can search my own page and see if it'll pop up. But y'all know I run my mouth so much, so I'm trying to find it. Well, it's gonna take me a while to like scroll to find it. But I gotta find it because I want to tell y'all where it all began. So thank y'all for being in the chat with me. I'm sorry. I promise I'm trying to find it fast as hell. I thought it would be right there, but clearly the Phoenix Mercury, they make like 1,000 posts a day. So I'm like, damn. If I can't find it, I'm gonna give myself 30 more seconds. If I can't find it, I'm gonna just keep moving on. Okay, no, that's not it. Oh my gosh, I know I posted about it. Oh, here, thank God. Damn, it took me 100 years to find that. Dang, I can't find the pictures. Okay, I guess I didn't repost, but this is good enough. So when this happened, I'm gonna show this. And thank y'all for being in the chat with me. Sorry, it took me a while to find it, but I found what I'm looking for, at least good enough. So when we look at this when it really began. Oh, it's not even. There we go. This when it really began. So I'm like, okay. And I can't find the actual post, but the Phoenix Mercury posted Angel like 3 to 4 times. They were just taking pictures of them in this moment, and they was just talk about we family and all of this type of stuff. So it's like, oh, okay. Now, granted, we know everybody in the not everybody, but just about a lot of people fuck with Angel. They love Angel, especially AT, especially Kai Copper. You know what I'm saying? She calls them her grandma, her grandma, her grandpa. So we know they're close, but honestly, this is when it started. When we started to see this, I was like, okay, so why is the Phoenix Mercury posting Angel in these two so much? Like I was like, it felt kind of weird. It's like, okay. And why did it feel weird? It just felt weird because it's like, why would another team be constantly reposting another player? I have not seen, they don't be doing this for no other. They post like after the game, but I swear, guys, it was like 3 to 4 posts of just pictures of Angel, Kai Copper, and AT. Angel don't play for them. So why are you taking so many pictures that they've been posting it on your team's official page? That's what was weird to me. Then we move on to what's the name gets traded. Let's see if I can say they may not have it, but Joel. Let me see, Brittany Sykes. Let me see if it pops up. Trying to see if it. Trying to see if I could find that post with Brittany Sykes, her Instagram. I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it on Instagram. Damn, y'all. I'm trying to find this content for y'all. I should have had it queued up. I thought you'd be able to just find this stuff easily. But I could not find it. Response to trade. Here it goes. Okay, great. So Brittany Sykes makes this post. Can y'all see that? Saying, DC, you took me in with more blah, 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 blah. Time to move forward with the next chapter of my life. Making decisions for yourself is a hell of a liberating feeling, right? Then, beneath that, Angel, I don't know if I can, beneath this post that she put on Instagram, and I wish I could pull up my Instagram, but I don't know my damn Instagrams. I don't know my Instagram login, y'all. I'm not gonna even hold you. I don't think this is right. Let me see. No, that's not right. Yeah, I wish I did. But underneath this post, Angel Reese puts heavy on the PS. I'm happy for you. So Angel put under this post, making decisions for yourself is a hell of under this post where she said making decisions for yourself is a hell of a liberating feeling, Angel put heavy on the PS, congratulations on her being traded, right? Then we go to Angel's page. Here we go. Then we go to Angel's page. And she just tweets this last night. Where is it? In due time. Like, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? In due time. Okay. And then all of these retweets on her page is, I'll be the feeling, fuck y'all. What? What is it? Give yourself some extra love right now. You've been dealing with so much and thugging it out. No matter how tough life gets, you going through shit nobody sees. You deserve peace too. Retweets it. And it's my man stuff. I don't care about that. But this is causing me to ask the question: is Angel Reese done with the Chicago Sky? Is Angel Reese done with the Chicago Sky? Because it's not really looking good. It's like when your franchise player she looks unhappy, right? She was going to all the games, but then she started looking real unhappy. And I just remember looking at her and I'd be like, Angel's energy just feels off. It doesn't feel the same. Then we find out she didn't travel with the team recently. When they went to, I think they played Indiana again. She didn't travel with the team. They said she's just working on her back rehab. And she's still day to day. But honestly, guys, when you look at all these subliminals that Angel is putting out, all these subliminal messages, I'll be the villain. I've been through so much shit. Telling people, congratulations, heavy on the PS, making decisions for yourself. It's like, Then you not going to games, not really participating in practice or open practice. It's looking like something must have happened. I think something after the All-Star break, and here's my theory. I don't have no sources on this. This is just me theorizing. But I think Angel was expecting them to make moves before the trade deadline to see if they were really serious. Because remember, they said that the Chicago Sky was supposed to be a playoff team this year. So, the beginning of the year, they're struggling. Jeff P. the general manager, puts out the article, we need more from Angel. Angel goes off. Angel goes into the All-Star break, comes back with a back injury. She plays for one game, but she's pretty much missed every game since the All-Star break besides one. One, maybe two, but I think two. She's played in 2 games since the All-Star break. She's missed the rest. Then you look at the trade deadline, and the best you brought in here was Uzun. The best you could bring in here is Uzun. Then I was like, what's going on with Odyssey Sims? What's going on with Odyssey Sims? Then you find out Odyssey Sims just signed. People were like, oh, the league isn't touching her. She's got some personal things going on. That's what they were telling me. Oh, she's got some personal stuff. Nobody's signing her. Okay, but then tell me this. If that's the case, why did the Indiana Fever just sign her then? If nobody was touching Odyssey Sims and she was going to do some personal stuff and she can't play, why did the Indiana Fever just sign her? So, who's better, Odyssey Sims or Uzun? Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know, have Uzun ever put up 30-point games like Odyssey Sims did this year? But the best, and Angel and Odyssey Sims have a relationship. This is what really gets me. You knew Angel and Odyssey have a relationship. You had the opportunity to bring her in, but instead you bring Uzun, someone who can barely score 4 points a night. And that's supposed to be helping the team? We already know playoffs is washed, but I think Angel wanted to see, is there any real reason why I should come back? Why should I come back? Why should I rush back when you've clearly shown you have no desire to make this roster competitive? When Sloot went down, you didn't do shit. When Ariel Atkins went down, you didn't do shit. Angel went down, you didn't do shit. You have not done shit all year, Jeff P. You haven't done shit all year. Angel was trying to recruit at the All-Star game, came back and told you, and the best you could do was Marquisha Davis, who you waived after 2 games because she looked like she shouldn't even have been in the W, and then Uzun is the best you could do. Still keeping Kia Nurse on the team, who's been bad all year, supposed to be a 3-point specialist. I told y'all I haven't covered the last 2 Chicago Sky games, because what is there to say about how they are playing? They literally look like a junior varsity team. They should not be in the WNBA. That's what they look like to me. So it's like, what is there to even cover? And then you have Tyler Marsh, who is worse. I just went on a rant about Chris Koclanes, who is worse than Chris Koclanes. I'm sorry, no, Chris Koclanes is worse than him, but Tyler Marsh, who is also terrible, who is a first-time coach, doesn't know his personnel, doesn't believe in his personnel. And he's said multiple times, we're not a team built for that. We're not a team built for this. We're not a team built for this. He don't show belief in his players besides Bantam. But everybody else, even Angel, I probably could sense that Tyler Marsh believed in her in a press conference like once or twice. But I don't think Tyler Marsh I've said this multiple times. He didn't believe in Angel. He didn't want Angel. I don't think he believes in Camilla neither. He don't believe in Camilla either. You can just tell, like, Camilla has never been the focal point of the offense. I know they put out that article, but it's like from day one, she was never the focal point of this offense ever. And now Angel is out and she's the focal, but I mean, she's putting up like 10 or 11 points. So that's just where Camilla is right now. That doesn't mean that that's where she's going to be. But right now, Camilla is just about here offensively. And he's making Camilla look bad. Because he's trying to make Camilla Angel. It's just... he playing Camilla on the perimeter. Just like Chris Koclanes is playing Lee Uru and Geiselslaughter on the perimeter, which then brings them out of the paint, which means you can't rebound. It's just the same shit over and over. So, and I'll be honest, at first I was like, I want Angel to stick it out. I want, her to be a leader because I know she's a leader. I know she's probably one of the best leaders, and I mean this in the WNBA, period. So I'm like, I want her to lead this team. It's hard, but let's just push it through. But I think once Angel got hurt, and she's really hurt. Like, so somebody came in here saying, "Oh, you saying she fake an injury?" No, that's not what I'm saying at all. Angel is really hurt, and I believe that Angel would put herself through more pain if she saw that this team was serious about winning. But I think she's seen this team. Jeff P ain't serious about winning. Tyler Marsh ain't serious about winning. He don't know what he doing. He don't know how to encourage a team or get a team to really believe in him for real. Because even all the beginning of the season, Tyler Marsh wasn't getting no technical fouls. Now the season is a wash. Now he want to get techs. Like, get out of here. You lame. You're lame. You don't know how to scheme. You don't know how to motivate. You don't know your personnel. You don't even believe in the personnel that you got, but you believed in Courtney Vandersloot, a 36-year-old bench player at this point in her career. You don't believe in Angel Reese, a 2-time All-Star, but you believe in Rachel Bantam. She's the heart and soul. Like, get the fuck out of here. That's why I'm not trying to hear nothing that Carly Bell is saying, all these niggas. Shut the F up. We just got to we do not got to get used to nothing. Tyler Marsh, if Angel stays on this team, Tyler Marsh and Jeff P need to go. There are plenty of coaches that want to coach Angel Reese. There are plenty of GMs that would love to come to Chicago and build the team around Angel Reese. And if I'm Angel this offseason, if these don't make no moves, no real moves to win, and I don't care who you got to trade. I would prefer for them not to trade Camilla, but if you gotta trade, I don't care. I want a real team. And if they don't do that this summer, I mean, not this summer, but if they don't do that in the off season, this fall, because that'll be the off season. If they don't do that this fall, Angel's got to get out of here. Angel's got to get out of here. And there's plenty of teams that would take Angel right now. My Dallas Wings need Angel. Golden State Valkyries needs Angel. Seattle Storm, because we love NECA, but NECA is aging. They need Angel. Phoenix Mercury. Actually, I don't really love the Phoenix Mercury fit or the New York fit, but I just named, the Atlanta Dream. Who am I taking? Brianna Jones or Angel Reese? I'll take Angel Reese. There's plenty of teams that need Angel, who she would be the star, the missing piece. to getting them to a championship. Even the Minnesota Lynx. So I'm really at the point, if they're not going to build a team around Angel, she's got to go. And she people are like, oh, she needs to wait till after the third year to demand a trade. No, the hell she does not. She need to demand a trade this offseason. If Jeff P doesn't completely rebuild this roster and get a competitive roster, she needs to request a trade, period. If they're keeping Tyler Marsh here, she should request a trade because he doesn't believe in her. As I said, he don't believe in her at all. He does not believe in her. I don't think that he wants an offense that's ran through a power forward like her. He wants an offense that's ran through a flashy point guard. And that's not Angel Reese. And you can't really force a coach to want to scheme this way or that way. That's what I'm saying. Either Tyler Marsh for sure has got to go. If Angel's going to stay on this team, Tyler Marsh got to go. That's number one. Jeff P, you're a GM, so you have an opportunity to fix this shit. But if you're not going to fix it, you got to go. It's either y'all got to go or Angel got to go. That's how I feel. Tyler Marsh, Jeff P got to go or Angel got to go. And Angel got to make that clear to ownership. Like, listen, I love Chicago. I love the people. I love the city. But this coach and this GM that you got in here, they're not it. So either y'all want me to be y'all superstar in the face of y'all's franchise, or y'all want to find someone else and y'all want Tyler Marsh and Jeff P to lead y'all. And if that's the case, that's fine. But please send me on my way to a team that actually wants and needs me and is willing to build around me. It's as simple as that. So that's my spiel on what I think is going on with Angel. I doubt she plays another game this season. I really doubt it. It would just be like, what would be the point? She literally has to prepare for Unrivaled. Come back and injure herself for what? Come back and further and re-injure and re-aggravate her back for what? The season is over. It's a wash. There's no reason to come back. So I doubt it. I really strongly doubt she's going to come back and she's going to play. If she does, I will be shocked and say I was wrong. And it still don't negate everything I'm saying. It just means that she's just choosing to come and play throughout the year. But I still think mentally, I don't think Angel is with the team no more. I think she's somewhere else. And she wants to be somewhere else. I don't think it's against her teammates. I think she loves her teammates. But I think as an organization as a whole, I think she's done with them unless some serious changes are made this offseason. So that's my thoughts on that. See what y'all said in the chat. Not much. Y'all just chilling, hanging out. It says a lot of y'all in here. It's a lot of y'all in here. Can y'all please make sure y'all liking, sharing, and subscribing? I have to rub it in. New York Liberty back to back. Yeah, the Liberty, and y'all gotta know the New York Liberty is still dominating, and they don't have Stewie right now. So once they get Stewie back, it's likely gonna be a wrap. It's gonna be between. I really do think it's probably gonna be the Minnesota Lynx and if I had to predict today, it would be the Minnesota Lynx and the Minnesota Lynx and the New York Liberty. Okay. Now to get to the sad part of the show. Cowboys fans, it's not looking good for us, Cowboys fans. I'm gonna just be honest. It's not looking good for us at all. I've got some disturbing stuff to tell y'all about Shotty. And I know I don't want to do this, y'all. I really don't. I don't want to do this at all, but I've got some disturbing things to say about Shotty, because I believe that all of those talks about Shotty, let me see if I can find it. It's just not good. Let me see if I can find it. They don't got it on here. I thought it would easily pop up. But there was a graphic out, but I guess I can't find it. But y'all, Shotty is looking like a puppet. That's the best way I can say it. He's looking like a puppet. He's looking soft. He is looking like his cojones has been cut off. I'ma just say as plainly as that. When I looked at our preseason game, which I don't care that we lost the preseason game. I don't care about losing preseason games. They don't matter. But when I looked at that preseason game, I started looking around. I'm like, still looking at my watch. Like, what year is this? I was like, is it 2025? Okay, and who is our head coach? Is our head coach Brian Schottenheimer? Or is it Mike McCarthy? When I look at the preseason game, let me see if I can bring this up. Dallas Cowboys versus Rams preseason. Let me see if it'll pop up. Hopefully it'll just pop up. But when I look at this, yeah, here we go. ESPN. So let's see, screen share. Y'all make sure y'all hitting that like button on the way in. I appreciate that. When we look at this and we look at team stats, sorry guys, I'm looking for something. So we had Joe Milton out there. This is only Joe Milton's second game ever. This was Joe Milton's second. Sorry, y'all. Call came in and it's connected. But can y'all see this? Y'all can't see it, but let me take this graphic off. $100,000. It's not really about the preseason game. That's what I'm saying. I don't care that we lost the preseason game. It's not about that. But what I'm trying to say is, you had Joe Milton out there passing the ball 29 times. This was only his second game ever as a pro. When we look at the amount of penalties that we had. Now, wait, where are we at? Yeah, here we go. 11 penalties. 11 penalties. Can't score in the red zone. Now, where was different from Mike McCarthy was the rushing. Where is it at? Where's the rushing? Now, this is what I like to see. Right? We had 27 rushing attempts and we were getting 5.5 yards per rush. So this is different. This is different. So I love seeing this. That's quite different from Mike McCarthy. Quite different. But even if we look at the play-by-play, y'all, which is the first 15 plays of the game. Look at the Dallas Cowboys. Pass. 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 3 and out. Okay. Maybe he was just, we just got off schedule. Because was there a penalty or anything that happened here? Nope. No penalty. Oh, no, we did get a penalty. So we did get a penalty, but that was a special teams penalty. So we got a special teams penalty. So it wasn't like there was a penalty during the drive that set us back. Pass, pass, pass. 3 and out. Then we look at next play. Pass, pass, pass. 3 and out. So all off season, Schotty told us that we're going to be this physical football team. We're going to run the ball. And running the ball is going to be our identity. And we're going to own the line of scrimmage is what he said. And we're going to lead through our offensive linemen. That's what he said. So please tell me why in the first preseason game, when it's time to show niggas who you are and what your identity of the team is, you pass 6 straight plays. And then we find out that you actually had no at the presser after the game, like right after, we find out you had no intention to run the ball at all. You were coming here to air it out. Does that sound like that matches the philosophy that you've been monitoring all off season? We're going to be a physical team. We're going to be this. We're going to run the ball. And then you come out, pass, 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 pass. How does that line up? Please let me know. And it makes no sense because, at first I was like, okay, well, maybe they're just really trying to evaluate Joe Milton and see what he could do. No. Because we already know if Joe Milton gets in the game, if something happens to our quarterback, if something happens to QB1, something happens to 4 and he goes down, we already know the backup quarterback game plan is to lead through the run. When you're putting Joe in this situation, you're trying to put him and give him the experience of, okay, I've done this before. I've played this game before. This is our play style. This is how we're going to play. This is typically the type of plays or whatever that I would call for you if you were in an actual game that mattered. There's no way in hell you're telling me that in an actual game, you would say our game plan is to come out 6 straight times and pass the ball and punt with a backup quarterback. You can't tell me that would be your game plan. And we saw live and in color. See, everybody can hide behind all these content creators putting out this engagement farming videos and just saying this person's good and this person sucks. But you can't hide from the game film. That's why I was like, I can't wait to preseason game 1 because all this narratives and bullshit that people were saying will be dead. So we saw, arm strength. Oh, he's got a pretty ball, arm strength. But then we saw, what does arm strength mean in an actual game if you can't control it? And we saw that Joe wasn't able to even complete a pass until we started running the ball. But there's more concerning things. So that's just the game where I'm looking at the game and I'm like, this looks like Mike McCarthy is calling plays. This looks like Mike McCarthy's team. Penalties are out of control. As I did say, I did like that he at least pivoted. I like that Schotty at least pivoted because last year, Trey Lance's first game, he passed the ball, I think, almost 60 times. So at least Schotty got in his brain like, you know what? This isn't looking good. I probably should change the game plan. I probably should change it. And he did. So I'll give Schotty credit for that. But here's where I'm really concerned, guys, because we know that Shotty's mantra is compete every day, right? That's the mantra. Compete every day. That's what he said. Okay, well, let's listen to this press conference and see, is that what's really happening? Are we really truly competing every day? Is everybody really competing? Because remember, he said Tyler Booker's spot wasn't safe. He said not even Dak's spot was guaranteed. He's saying everybody's spots. Everybody will have to earn their spot, is what he said. Everybody will have to earn it. We saw Tyler Booker be moved to the second team. We saw them doing grassers. We saw them doing all this stuff. So we like, okay, Shotty changing it up. Or so we thought. So let's listen to this press conference. And I got a couple clips. This is a Dallas Cowboys YouTube. All the links will be in the description. Same thing for the video. The post-game interview that I posted of the Wings. Let me bring this up on the screen, actually, so y'all can see. So this right here, I'll be posting a link to this, but that video was from Grant Afsith. He covers the Dallas Wings, so he puts all the post-game interviews, and he's actually been getting a lot of exclusives from Kurt Miller, so shout out to him. But let's get into this Shotty interview. I ain't gonna play the whole interview, just a couple clips like I did from the Chris Koclanes interview. And also, I don't want to be on here too much longer because I do got some other stuff I gotta do this afternoon, but I only got 4 clips, so I should be able to get through this relatively quickly. They gotta play ads, of course. We love them playing ads. All right. Okay, so let's go to the first part, and let me gotta pause this music so y'all can hear. But anyway, let's listen to this. Let's listen to Shotty. Let's listen to this. This is his post-game interview. He did this yesterday. 5:50. Here we go.
Played well. This guy needs to get more reps. This guy gets a little bit less reps. We communicate that to them. Hey, here's why you're getting less reps. It's because of X, Y, Z. It's not a punishment. But, it's premature for us to start thinking about the 53. I think we got a long way to go. That was definitely addressed.
All right, here we go.
With ESPN, you told us last week that after the game, you'll start thinking about the 53 with the group and things. Is there worry at your cornerback spot?
Well, I wouldn't say, Todd, that I think we start thinking about the 53. I think we got a long way to go on this thing. I think what I meant, or what should have been taken, was we're moving guys around on the depth chart because of the fact that we've got, again, 2 physical padded practices coming up this week.
And just pause it right there. So we got to listen to what he said. He said, we are moving guys around on the depth chart. That's what he said. Remember what Shotty said. He said, we will move guys around on the depth chart.
We've got another one on Thursday. We play a very physical team on Saturday against Baltimore at home opener, which should be a blast. But, it's premature for us to start thinking about the 53-man roster. I'll get to your question. But, to me, that's what this is about. Part of the process right now is, okay, these guys played well. This guy needs to get more reps. This guy gets a little bit less reps. We communicate that to them. Hey, here's why you're getting less reps. It's because of X, Y, Z. It's not a punishment. It said, hey, maybe this guy's doing better than you, or maybe you didn't play very well.
Okay. So he says that they're going to be moving around the depth chart. He says that if you're not getting as many snaps, it is because either this guy is out. Y'all start taking her notes. This guy is out. Are y'all taking y'all notes? I hope y'all taking y'all notes. He said this guy is out playing you, or you're not playing well. That's what that means. That's what he said it means whenever you're getting less reps. It's either someone is out playing you, or you're just not playing or performing well. That's why he said you get less reps, okay?
And that's why. But in terms of the cornerback depth, I think, we're getting guys reps that need it. I thought, a guy like Booth, did some good things.
I'm sorry, what did he say?
Is made a maybe you didn't play very well, and that's why. But in terms of the cornerback depth, I think, we're getting guys reps that need it. I thought, a guy like Booth, did some good things.
You thought who?
Is made a beautiful interception well, and that's why. But in terms of the cornerback depth, I think, we're getting guys reps that need it. I thought, a guy like Booth, did some good.
So you're telling me, Shotty, he said a guy like Booth did well. I wish I had my buttons. We have never seen an NFL game where Booth did well. Let me repeat. We have never, as Cowboys fans, I can't speak about where Booth was. I forgot where he was. I think he was on the Vikings. But we have not seen a game from Booth where he looked good. Now, did he have some clips in practice? This is why it's important to play players in preseason, because you need to see, are you just showing up in practice, or are you actually going to be able to perform in the games? Because what matters most is how you perform in the games, not really how you perform in practice. Yes, you want a player to practice well and all that type of stuff and practice like the best team in the world. You want that. But at the end of the day, it's about what they're doing on the field during actual NFL games that matters. The first passing play of the game, they went right at Booth. They went right at him. Booth is going up against their third or fourth string wide receiver. I don't even know who he was going up against. We saw him getting cooked by Davante Adams in the joint practice, but I'm like, hey, that's Davante Adams, Hall of Famer. Everybody gets cooked by him. But when I look at a preseason game and I see you getting cooked by third and fourth string players, and he's saying, Booth did, no. This is not looking good for Shotty's compete everyday culture. Because you know what this is looking like? This is looking like this is Jerry Jones speaking through Shotty. Because y'all know there's always a player that Jerry and Steven bring up that are, for lack of a better words, ass. But they keep bringing them up as if they're good. You remember how Steven, before we finally waived him, Steven would always bring up Matt Walesko. Yeah, we got good depth. We got Matt Walesko. Matt Walesko, I don't think ever played for us in an actual game. But we kept him around here. We cutting all sorts of people just to protect Matt Walesko. And it's just like when Dorrance Armstrong was here. That was, remember that Jerry just kept saying, oh, I really love that Dorrance Armstrong way he shows up. Dorrance Armstrong. Remember we kept hearing all of that? And we're like, Dorrance Armstrong, like, yeah, he's all right, but he's not better than Dante Fowler. He's not better than Randy Gregory. Like, why do we keep hearing about Dorrance Armstrong? Like, he's just some type of phenomenal player. And now we're hearing that a guy who got cooked in the joint practice, got cooked in the preseason game, had a good game. So that's the first red flag. But let's go to the next clip. Yeah, let's go to the next clip.
during the game. The guys have to kind of go back in. But again, the preseason games are one part of the evaluation. Again, I've said it 1,000 times, we can get a lot out of practice. And if we practice the right way, which we do, we'll get a lot out of that. And so the philosophy is more of it's a combination, and it's based a little bit on, okay, we need to see you play more football. You haven't played a whole lot of football. Sometimes it's like, hey, I want this guy to get a little bit more seasoning on some things, so we're going to hold him until maybe preseason game 2.
What? He's just contradicting himself all over the place. And when our coaches start looking weird, guys, we know who it is. We know who it is. When our coaches, it's like they saying this, but then we looking at it on the field, then they getting up in front of the interviews, and it's like, what? Let's listen again. What did he just say?
And then unleash him. We need to see you play more football. You haven't played. Philosophy is more of it's a combination, and it's based a little bit on, okay, we need to.
His philosophy is a combination. We need to see you play. We need to see you play more football. But for some players, it's what?
You haven't played a whole lot of football. Sometimes it's like, hey, I want this guy to get a little bit more seasoning on some things, so we're going to hold him until maybe preseason game 2.
I want this guy to get a little bit of more seasoning on things before I unleash him. What? The time to get seasoning is over. Y'all realize we play Philly? Let me look at my calendar. When do we play Philly? Let me look at it. We play Philly in 1, 2. Wait, yeah. So we're on the 12th, so that's 1 week, 2. We play Philly in 3 weeks. We only have 3 preseason games. So if you're saying that these players, we need to see them play in an actual game, they haven't played a whole lot. AKA Tyler Booker. Why would Tyler Booker not be playing in the first preseason game? According to Shoddy, we just held some players back because there's some more seasoning and then we'll unleash them. What? You're not making sense. Because first of all, let's even look at the list. Let's look at the list of people who actually sat. Like, he's not making no sense, y'all. I wish he was, but he's not making any sense. Let's look at the list of players that sat and tell me if these players need more seasoning. Y'all let me know in the chat if y'all think these players need more seasoning. Because this is who sat. Where is it? I have the list. It's coming up. It's right. Boom, boom. Where the hell is it? Jesus. Here it goes. Can y'all see this? No, I gotta share it. Oh, it's gotta go here. Share this habitat. Not playing. Dak Prescott, Kavontae Turpin, Javonte Williams, Hunter Luepke, Terrence Steele, Cooper Beebe, Tyler Booker, Jake Ferguson, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, John Stevens, Jack Sanborn, Deron Bland, Kyer Elam, Donovan Wilson, Malik Hooker, Sam Williams, Solomon Thomas. And also Osa didn't play and Tyler Smith didn't play. That's not named there. So when we look at the list of players that didn't play, all of those are pretty much vet-proven players outside of Tyler Booker and John Stevens, and Jack Sanborn. Kyer Elam. Like, why would those players be sitting? Why would Tyler Booker be sitting? Majority on the list, they don't need no damn seasoning. These are the best. You're These players don't. Majority on the list don't need no damn seasoning. But the players that do, Tyler Booker, John Stevens, Jack Sanborn, Kyer Elam, Sam Williams. Why would those people not be playing? And please let me know. These are people like Sam Williams and Elam and all of those guys. They don't need no damn seasoning. At this point, it's shit on the pot or get off. So actually, nobody need no damn seasoning. Like, oh, we just gotta teach them a couple things before we unleash them. Maybe Tyler Booker, but the only way to play, every coach knows the only way your player gonna get actually better is to play in-game live reps. Y'all let me know in the chat, am I tripping? Isn't the best way that a player develops is in live games? That's how they develop. So I know Kyer Elam's had a great camp, but camp don't matter. I need to see how he plays in games. I know how Jack Sanborn, looked on special teams and when he's playing base packages, that's great. But y'all saying he gonna be our green dot? I need to see him in actual games. Sam Williams has talent, but has not proven a damn thing. I need to see him in games. He's been a full participant all freaking offseason, so I don't want to hear nothing about, he's an injury. Nah, bro. He's been fully participating since day one. So you're not making sense, Shotty. You're not making any sense at all. Players need experience. Young players need experience. They need to actually play in games. But then we want to keep them back because we're like, maybe we want to teach them some more stuff and then unleash them. What? We're beyond the whole, let me hold your hand and teach. We're now preparing game plans for Philly and installing actual game plan and packages. We're not at okay, let me still try to see if you got this concept down. No, bro. And you can only talk so much. The only way that you're going to learn is by getting an NFL actually playing in games. But anyway, let's continue to listen. I got 2 more clips and I'm going to get out of here because I got to get out of here for sure. 15-10. Okay, let me see. Then we're going to listen to, this is what I'm really concerned about. And this part, I'm not sure if it's Jerry, Shotty, or both. But I will say the reaction sounds the exact same. I wish I could bring it up. I don't have time. But I might just post it on Twitter, a side-by-side response of how Mike McCarthy was responding about Trey Lance getting all the snaps versus Shotty answering questions about Joe Milton getting all the backup QB snaps. And see if it's not the exact same response. But anyway, let me go here real quick. 15-10. Y'all bear with me. I'm almost done. Okay. I'm almost done. Make sure y'all hitting that like button. It says a lot of y'all in here. Y'all be watching, but y'all gotta like my content, guys. Y'all gotta help me out. Y'all haven't really been liking my content. I've been getting a lot of views, but I haven't really been getting the likes, which is just kind of shocking me. So y'all please help me out. Or if y'all don't like the content, then let me know what y'all want me to improve on or whatever so that I can earn your like. Because right now I feel like my likes are way too low for all the views that I'm getting on my content. But anyways. Oh, hold on, guys.
For playing time in preseason, how do you?
Sorry, guys.
I think our plan all along has been that we.
The other night, what you know of him. Cooper Rush last year didn't. he felt it hurt him that he didn't get to play more while you all were looking at Lance. What you saw of Greer the other night, what you know of him from before, did he earn more playing time in preseason? How do you approach it?
Yeah, I think, our plan all along has been that we need to find out about Joe Milton. And again, under no circumstance am I panicked or worried about Joe Milton. Joe Milton played really well in the second half. He did some really good things. He calmed down. He figured it out. But I'd be crazy if I didn't say to you how impressed I am with Will Greer. I mean, all the guy does is when given opportunities. And like I said, we communicate very clearly with our players. So like the scrimmage against the Rams, we told them, hey, man, why don't you drink some water and hang out? And next thing you know, he's in the game, and did a great job.
What?
Same thing in this game.
How? Please. Your mantra is compete every day. Last year, this was Brad Sham's question. He's like, last year, y'all didn't give Cooper Rush no snaps, and he was actually hurt by it because it was like he wasn't even being able to compete fairly. Y'all was just already ruling him out. Now, I do believe Mike McCarthy pulled a wild card because I thought Trey Lance was for sure going to be QB2, and Mike McCarthy still had Cooper Rush QB2. But with Schotty, is that going to be the case? Because it seems like to me, this QB2 position is already sold up. Door is already closed. We're going to keep listening and looking how Schotty talks about this, but it's disturbing me. And I've been talking about this for a while. If it's a true competition, you don't have to protect Joe. If it's laughable and Joe Milton is so much better than Will Greer, then let them practice and let it show for everybody to see. We know he's got the cannon arm. That's great. Clap for Joe Milton. He's got the cannon arm. He's athletic. We're happy about that. But when it comes to quarterbacking, if it's a true competition, you should allow both players to play and let it be known from their play who is better. From their play who is better. And I understand, okay, I want to give Joe Milton a little bit more snaps. I feel like he's less experienced. He needs more reps. That's fine. But when you said you patted one of your players on the back at a joint practice and said, drink some water, man. You're going to be sitting out the whole time. You're not going to get any snaps. How the fuck? Sorry, I told y'all viewer discretion advised on Twitter. But how the fuck is that aligning with compete every day? Everybody else is playing and competing, but Will Greer is just sitting there on the sidelines, not doing fuck all. How the fuck is that a compete every day type of situation there when you're not even letting this guy get any fucking snaps? And then when we ask you, okay, Joe Milton, you gave him all the snaps, looks like he's still struggling. What about Will Greer? Seems like when he went in, offense just moved immediately. Oh yeah, I mean, I don't have any concerns about Joe. I don't have any concerns about Joe, and Will knows he's not going to be playing. I just told you how the quarterback last year felt offended that y'all didn't play him at all, and you're saying, yeah, but who gives a fuck? Does that sound like a coach that really believes in compete every day? And again, this could be Jerry talking through Schotty, but for some reason, this doesn't feel that way. This feels like this is Schotty's actual thinking and opinion, and that whole compete every day mantra was a load of bullshit. That's what it's sounding like to me. Y'all can let me know. If you're watching the playback, you can let me know in the comments. If you're live, let me know in the comments, and do like my guy Twyman said, hit that like button. But let's continue to listen.
Wasn't planning on playing very much, if at all. And next thing you know, he's got to go in, couple shoulder shrugs, and away he goes, and uses his feet, a little Fran Tarkenton, a little ball fake, and all that stuff. But again, Brad, we're going to let these guys all compete, and it's not a negative against Will Greer that he's not getting the reps. I've been around Will Greer for a couple years now.
Okay, so he said it's not a negative. It's not a negative that Will Greer's not getting reps. Oh, is that what you're saying now? Because just 5 minutes ago in this same interview, you said we will move around depth chart. If you're not getting the reps, it means that this guy is outplaying you or you're not playing well. From what we can see with our own two eyes, with the limited snaps that he got, Will Grier looked better than Joe Milton in the 2 snaps that he got. So you don't think I gave this guy pretty much all the snaps? He did okay. I gave this guy 2 snaps. Things moved fluidly immediately. I shouldn't give him more snaps. And you're trying to say that it's not about the competition. What is he saying? Hold on, let me listen to what he said. I'm going to rewind just a little bit.
It's not a negative against Will Grier that he's not.
Right. Now you're saying it's not a negative, but you just fucking said 5 minutes ago that it is a negative if you're not getting the snaps. But now, it's not a negative with Will Grier. It's not a negative, though, with him. It's not a negative. I know Will Grier. I know him.
Not getting the reps. I've been around Will Grier for a couple years now. You know, we know who Will Grier is. We are not surprised when he goes in.
You know who Will Grier is? That literally sounds like somebody on Twitter. You don't need to give this guy any snaps. You already know who he is. You don't hear that shit from no other organizations. You don't hear this shit from no other organizations that, just because this guy is a veteran quarterback, he doesn't need any snaps at the QB2 position because we already know who he is. We just got to focus on this young phenom. We got to put all our focus. I think it's both. I think it's Jerry and Shotty, just like they did with Trey Lance. They brought fucking Joe Milton in here to build controversy around the QB1 spot, period. They did that shit with Trey Lance. They're doing that shit with Joe Milton. They want to build controversy. And we saw Trey Lance did not look well here, but as soon as he goes to a team where it's not about controversy, where it's about him just trying to get better and improve, then you see him looking better. But here, he looked like ass, like he shouldn't even have been a quarterback. The way the Dallas Cowboys do stuff is so fucked up. And this is the reason why we cannot get over the fucking hump. Sorry for all my expletives, but I need to cuss because to get my point across. This is why we can't get over the fucking hump. Because we got dumb shit like this going around. Nobody gives a fuck about a quarterback 2 in any other organization. No one gives a fuck about it. But only in Dallas, we care so much. We got to put Joe Milton on our thumbnails. Every fucking question got to be about Joe Milton. They asking every player. They spend Dex interviews asking about Joe Milton 2 to 3 times. How many times y'all going to ask about Joe Milton? Why does Joe Milton matter? He's not going to play unless I go down. But only here do we have to have so many segments about a backup quarterback, but that's because that's what Jerry Jones wants. And it looks right now like Jerry Jones has his hand up Shotty's asshole, and he is pulling the strings. That's what it looks like to me.
Does that. It's figuring out more the Joe Milton. It's the unknown more than the competition.
And you see the way he rolled his eyes? It's the unknown more than the competition. Like, it's not even a real competition. Like, is that what you're saying? But you're supposed to be a compete every day. Get your fake Pete Carroll ass the fuck out of here. You ain't no goddamn Pete Carroll. You looking like a Pussy. That's what you looking like. You ain't no Pete Carroll. Sit your ass down. Because the real Pete Carroll didn't have predetermined outcomes. Everybody competed. From the all-pro to the fourth stringer, everybody competed. But with you rolling, you said your mantra is compete every day, but you rolling your eyes at it's a competition between Joe Milton and Will Grier. Like, like, are you serious? Is Shotty serious right now? Hell no.
Competition. We know who Will Grier is. We are not surprised when he goes in and does that. It's figuring out more the Joe Milton. It's the unknown more than the competition.
And then I got one more clip, and then I'm gonna get out of here, guys, because I gotta get out of here. But I'm gonna say my final words and get out of here.
Oh.
Brian, kind of a follow-up to Brad, but I'm a little confused. Won't be the first or last time.
Me too. Me too.
Is Joe Milton the backup? Is he your number 2?
Yeah. Why do we have to decide that today? We don't have to decide that today. Yeah. You balance it by saying we want to find out more about Joe Milton. There's a ton of talent. There's a bunch of things that
we balance. And you see, like, when you're talking to somebody and they're just like, that means they want you to shut the fuck up. When you're talking to somebody and they're just like, like, he's basically trying to make the reporter seem like you're a dummy. Like, why are you even asking me about this? And that's exactly how Mike McCarthy seemed last year. Now, again, I don't know if he's playing the game and he's going to all of a sudden just have Will Grier as his QB too. But this is just not looking good from a compete every day. This is my mantra standpoint. It's not looking good. It's looking fake. And it's looking like you are a fraudulent, fake Pete Carroll. That's what it's looking like.
we see from Joe Milton. You saw Joe needs the reps. You saw the way he started the game. You saw the way there was a little bit of struggle for us early on. He was throwing the ball hot and hard and all those things. And we finally settled in, and I need to get to learn him, as the play caller. I don't need to learn Dak. I feel like I really don't need to learn Will. So it's more of that. It's got nothing to do with, it's more of me having to learn.
How many? Okay, you could say I don't need to learn Dak. Okay, I'll take that. Because you are an offensive coordinator, you're very close with that, blah, blah, blah. I can take that. You don't need to learn Will. When the fuck have you ever called plays for Will Grier? When the fuck have you ever... Will Grier has never even been here during the actual season. But you just know him so good, you already know how to call plays for him. Are you fucking serious? You want us to believe this bullshit?
Joe, and I'm not going to say who the backup running back is right now, who the backup quarterback is right now, because I don't have to make those decisions yet. Again, is he going to get more reps? We'll see.
Is he going to get more reps? We'll see. So I'm going to end it on that, y'all. This is going to be my last words, and then I got to get off of here because I got to go. But let me stop sharing that. Here we go. Guys, it's not looking good. This is looking like, for my Cowboys fans out there, it's looking like this is going to be more of the same. It's looking like how it always looks. The coaches are one way here, then they come to the Dallas Cowboys, and then they look like totally different people. And it's because Jerry has his hand in their back or up their butthole, and he is pulling the strings and he is calling the shots. And I'll say this. No coach should have to deal with the shit that they have to deal with when it comes to Jerry Jones. But I also say this. If there's a coach that I'm going to be less impatient with, it's going to be Schotty. And here's why. I'm going to be I'm going to be more impatient with Schotty. Because no other coach had a chance to sit here. You've been a part of the organization since 2021. It's 2025. So you were 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. This is your 5th year here with the Dallas Cowboys. You had a front row seat with who Jerry Jones is, with who Stephen Jones is, with who Will McClay is, how they go about things, how they choose to run things. And I thought you got it because it seemed like you were fighting back against agendas in the offseason. You were fighting back against our guys with Compete Every Day. You were fighting back with let's take a receiver in the first round opposed to Booker. You were fighting back. We need a wide receiver too. We can't just go into the season with Jalen Tolbert. So I thought, okay, Schotty is doing things differently. But now I said, but we'll all see once actual football starts. That's when we'll really start to see who Schotty is. Is this shit really going to work? And right now, it's looking like it's not going to work because it's looking like the Joneses are still controlling everything, guys. And right now, I wish I had the solution. I don't know what the solution is to that problem. I really don't. I don't know what the solution is. The solution is for the coaches to stand fucking ground and speak up. Because, Schotty, you had all this time to game plan on how you would deal with Jerry and Steven. And even in that interview, Schotty's whole energy was off. It was like, you already defeated, Schotty? Mike put up with this shit for 5 years and you already defeated. You already sad. You already letting them clip you that fast. So it's not the end of the world, guys, because Schotty he can change the narrative. But right now, from what I've evaluated, it's not looking good. Now, he can change it in the second preseason game. He can turn it around in the third preseason game. He can turn it around in the season. But right now, it's looking like you're nothing but a puppet and you're going to let Jerry and Steven call the shots. And we're going to be either not a playoff team or first round exited once again. And the history just keeps repeating itself. Because in order for a football team to really get over that hump, they need to know that everybody on the field competed. Everybody on the field earned the spot, not that the spot was given. And right now, it's looking like you handing out spots. You handing out QB2 spots. You handing out who gonna be the right guard. You handing out spots. Everybody, you said pretty much all the starters. Then you said the depth chart was gonna change. Why did I just look at the depth chart and it's the exact same as last week? You telling me you didn't get any other data from this first preseason game and the depth chart needed to stay the exact same? You gave my guy Deuce 2 carries. If I don't see Deuce get more carries I'm gonna lay off of that. But if I don't see Deuce get more carries this second preseason game, the writing's on the wall. They're gonna cut him. They're gonna cut him because you're not even allowing him to compete. You're not allowing him to compete. Jadon Blue's still ahead of him. Jadon Blue was hurt, but y'all let Jadon Blue get ahead of Deuce when Deuce was hurt. But Jadon Blue hurt. You won't let Deuce get ahead. You see what I'm saying? It's looking like this compete every day is bullshit. But I'm going to let it ride out. I'm going to let it ride out because Schotty can change the narrative. He has control over his own narrative. But right now, it's not looking good. But anyways, guys, I got a jet. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me. I really hope y'all enjoyed this content. If you did, please like the video. Please help me out. Please share and please subscribe. And also, please comment. I appreciate all the live comments. If you're watching this on the playback, please comment below and I try to respond to all the comments. I really appreciate y'all. Stay for the outro so that you guys can see my social media handles. Until next time, peace.
In perspective, she has 2 3-pointers tonight. She had made 4 total for the season coming into tonight. Angel Reese.